Hey, this is Perry, and I'm coming to you from my friend's home in Rotorua, New Zealand. Lakeside home, just stunning day. There's a bit of storm clouds around, but look at this, it's gorgeous. It's summer down here because we're in the southern hemisphere, so while you guys are having, and same as China, we have winter at this time of year, it's summer on the other side of the world. And I want to share with you my inspiration from the day, and it is about a guy called Josh Latimer. And my question is this: will Josh Latimer be the greatest caddy of all time for window cleaners? So you might wonder, why would I be associating Josh Latimer, with Radius Bomb? He's got a software company. I'm going to put his link up. I want you to follow this guy and support him because I think he's got an amazing heart for the industry, an amazing heart for people, and an amazing passion for motivating people and giving people different perspectives. So why would I relate him to a caddy? Let me pop this down here, and I'll move this around here so you get a little bit of the view in the side. Yeah. So let me tell you about Steve Williams. He's you might relate to him as the caddy of Tiger Woods from maybe 1999 through to 2011, something like that, or something like that. I'll give you the details. So Steve Williams is a New Zealander. Started playing golf as a kid. Got himself down to a handicap of 2 at the age of 13, and it was caddying for different players and things like that just as a kid. And he caddied for one of the famous Australian golfers, a guy called Peter Thompson. And he first caddied for Peter Thompson at 13, and Peter Thompson came third. And as a result of that, with this 13-year-old kid, every time Peter Thompson came to New Zealand, because this kid's in school, he would get Steve Williams to be his caddy. And at 15, Steve Williams went professional. He left school without an education and went professional as a caddy over in Europe, of all places. Look at that view. That's just amazing, isn't it? So, talking about his fame, he then went on to be Greg Norman's caddy between 1988 and 1989. So just for a year there, and then they had a falling out. He said he got too close to Greg, and then the history says that Greg actually approached him several times later to become his caddy again. But in the meantime, he'd already committed to a guy called Raymond Floyd. And then in 1999, one of Tiger Woods' manager approached Steve Williams and said, "Well, we want you to caddy for Tiger Woods." So he went down to Orlando, and Tiger Woods met him and hired him on the spot. And the rest is history. Steve Williams and Tiger Woods had a 13-year partnership of being amazing together. And when Tiger got injured and he needed to change his swing and a whole lot of things, Tiger made a decision not to continue with Steve Williams. So Steve Williams changed his caddying to a guy called Adam Scott, another Australian. And in their first series together in 2012, he became the runner-up in the 2012 Open Championship to a guy called Ernie Els, who we all know. And the thing was that Scott was actually 4 ahead with 4 holes to go at that point, and bogeyed and double bogeyed his way to a runner-up position from that point. But that formed a relationship. So Williams and Scott got together the next year. Scott won the Open Championship 2013, and that was Scott's first Masters and his first major championship that he won. And so why do I sort of relate this to Josh? Well, I don't think there's ever been a question asked of me more than this, is that Josh Latimer is an online personality who's building a business of coaching. He's got a boot camp product where he coaches window cleaners. And probably more than 50 times I've had private messages, did Josh Latimer, really have a big window cleaning business? Because there's a lot of guys, jumping online now to be your coach and be amazing and famous and tell you how to run a business. And the question is, did they run a business that big themselves? Are they the guy who can tell you how to run a business? And the answer to that is, I've got no idea. There's no data I've researched. I don't know if Josh knows, but I've looked around to see, if I can find anything to say, Josh had an amazing big business or whatever, but all I've seen is that he's been given a confidentiality agreement, which means he can't say anything, so it's not disclosed. So does that really matter? And that's why I want to relate Josh to being a caddy. Steve Williams, you know, obviously was a golfer, but he was a better caddy than he was a golfer. So he never won a Masters, he never won a major, but he was the right guy to be alongside a great golfer. And the caddy makes a lot of the decisions with the golfer and gives him a lot of direction. So that the caddy's not just the guy who carries his bag. The caddy is the strategist, right? He's the guy who can see what's going on and coach people. So it doesn't matter to me how big Josh's window cleaning business was. What I can tell you and testify directly firsthand is the number of people who have spoken to me privately and said, I've done coaching with Josh Latimer, I've done the boot camp of Josh Latimer, and my business has grown significantly from it. You know, totally indebted to the effort of Josh Latimer. And Josh has switched from being a window cleaning company, and he'll tell the story. He went down to Mexico and lived down there with his little family of 5, and that didn't work out probably as planned because he went to a third world country or developing nation. And because I live in China, I kind of relate to that. So he and I have shared some notes on that over the time. And now he has got 2 products. He's got his boot camp, which is his coaching, and he does have one-on-one coaching, I believe, and he has Radius Bomb. And now he's wanting to share with people like how he's growing his business, and I can relate completely to it because he's growing a business from nothing and turning it into something. He's already achieved some of the milestones which show you that he's going to make it, and he has made it, you know, across the lines. You know, I think it takes maybe 7% of all businesses get over $1 million a year. So, and now he's wanting to, you know, tell his story, and I want you to follow him. Like I want everybody who watches this, you know, to make sure that you subscribe to Josh. Go to his Facebook group, The Growth Vault. He's got a great team of people around him. You know, get involved with him, listen to what he's saying, watch his podcasts. This is the thing about Josh. Josh has a heart for the industry. He sees metaphors and analogies in things. This little video that I'm going to put down below is what he released today about, you know, bees and, you know, bees being focused and just doing one thing, going deep. I love that. I love that. And it's a fantastic analogy, and it rings very true with us with Reach It. We're very focused on making window cleaners clean windows faster. And Josh and I, you know, he talks about business and business strategies and how to run a business. We talk about the technical, the tools, the techniques, the you know, making things so that you can, when you're actually on the glass, you're faster. So we're kind of synchronistic, but we don't overlap. So there's no conflict between me and Josh. But here's the point. Based on the testimony which I've received, based on the videos that he's put out, based on the effort that he's put in, based on the suffering, the pain, the growth, you know, the struggle, you know, the people, he's had people get in around him and back him and believe in him, and those people are still alongside him. So that kind of says a lot, right? There's a lot of things going on, you know, which are going to be fantastic and amazing. And so if you've got a business and you're wanting to grow it, you know, I'm going to put Josh's name up and say maybe Josh would be a fantastic caddy for you, you know, if you're looking for somebody to advise you, because he's put the hard yards in, he's got the runs on the board, he's shown his determination. He's back now, I think, in Michigan, right, somewhere up there. They're back in the cold, right? He's got his family up there, had another baby. He runs an amazing family structure, the Latimer family, and it's worth following him on that personal basis, just how he raises his sons. They have a creed, which all the boys, he's got maybe 5 sons, I think, and he's got a creed about the Latimer family, you know, who we are as Latimers. And I think that like, there's so many dimensions of Josh that are so commendable and delightful and inspiring, and I don't think there's anybody online right now that is in the same league as him, you know, and I don't think it matters anything other than, you know, that he's getting runs on the board, and everybody should support him, follow him, listen to his podcasts. He's putting all that in. Like, everybody who goes online and runs an online personality brand for themselves, and alongside that is for their business, like, puts in enormous amount of effort, and then and a lot of thought, and there's a lot of planning and a lot of strategies that have to sit behind it. And so when you see a guy like that, and then he's interviewing some of the best people in the industry, giving the best advice, and then his personal life is intact, his family is amazing, you know, that's totally commendable for a workaholic entrepreneur, you know. So, you know, I believe that Josh Latimer is an amazing caddy for window cleaners. And I think that he's only going to get better. And I think that the more of us that support him, promote him and listen to him and pay him something for something. Doesn't matter what it is, you know, give him something to be an incredible you know, resource for the industry. He's only young, I don't know, 35 by the looks of him, 35, 38, something like that. So, you know, for the next 20, 30, 40 years, this guy could be adding value in your business. There's no doubt any involvement with Josh, anytime you listen to him, anytime you interact with him, that your business will be a better business, you know, because of him. Now, I listen to Gary Vee. I love him. Harrison listens to Tim Ferriss and tells me what he says. Harrison listens to Joe Rogan and tells me what he says or plays it in front of me. We watch TED Talks to get our, you know, data. We read books like, you know, Thinking Fast and Slow, so, you know, to get the most in-depth marketing information and stuff like that. But, you know, these people that we listen to from outside the industry are also incredible resources, and you should, you know, have these guys, you know, feeding stuff into your life one way or the other, ingesting like creativity, ingesting passion, ingesting, you know, Gary Vee will talk to you about patience, you know, and not being, you know, you've got loads of time, right? Doesn't matter how old you are, you've got loads of time. So if you, the thing which makes Josh different is that he was a window cleaner. Like, there's no doubt about that. He was a window cleaner, and he's evolved out of window cleaning into a service business. He has got a software business that is amazing. He has got Radius Bomb, which is an incredible product, and his SendJim brand, you know, of software products and tools. You know, so, you know, do that, right? Look him up, follow his links, chase that guy down, praise him, encourage him. I get like 3 or 4 messages a day myself from people who encourage me. 95% of them are American. The American culture is still alive and amazing and inspiring, because I write back to these guys and say, look, you know, we cop a lot of, you know, negative press and negative fake news and stuff about us. And, you know, when you guys reach back to us and praise us and thank us and encourage us and say, keep going and, you know, appreciate it, even though, you know, sometimes that's in a customer service call where something's gone wrong rather than something's gone right. I can just speak from personal reference that is so empowering. Like, that makes me want to, you know, engage harder, engage further, deliver better. Like, we don't want to sit back and just, you know, milk reach it, you know, and let it roll. We actually just want to, roll it and roll it again. You know, we want to toss the dice. We invest our profits. You know, we're not drawing salaries out of the company. We're still throwing it all back in on new products, new molds, new developments, new ideas. You know, some of them don't work. Some of them never come to the light of day. So, you know, just, I want to put my testimony to say, this is what you guys have done for me. And I want to encourage you, do that for Josh. You know, get in behind this guy. He's already got a great following. He doesn't need any more per se. I just want to encourage any of you that are sort of fans of Reach It or appreciate, you know, what I'm doing with my life. You know, take that and give it to Josh as well and drive that guy forward, because he is going to make a huge difference to our industry. Really, really. And when I say to our industry, I don't really mean to our industry. I mean to you, to your business. Yeah. He can add value. This dude is real. Yeah. So this is Perry Tate signing out with my inspiration of the day, you know, from, let me have a look at that. Yeah. From Lake Rotorua down on the North Island of New Zealand on a lovely muggy summer's day. Okay. Signing out.